I've had some great conversations over the last several weeks. For anyone that follows any of my social media, you know that we've spent some time as a family. We were in Germany for a few weeks. We did a men's event and then a church event before that, all in Germany, and then had some vacation time. On the back end of that, I had the opportunity to go to a camp in Arizona and did another men's event there, and it was awesome. And a lot of conversations about various things. And one of the things that came up a few times over the last couple of weeks, and it's funny how there's kind of some themes. Maybe I'm just paying attention more or something. But one of the things that came up a few times was this idea of being able to work a lot, be gone often. I work with military folks a lot, be away from home often, and still maintain connections at home. And the question of how can that be done? And I think that's an important question. We could spend a lot of time talking about this, but I want to make one point, and this is a short video, but a point that I've tried to make as I've had these conversations and want to try to help you with perhaps. We live in a world that requires, if we're doing things the way they need to be done, requires us to work, requires us to engage in things outside of the home, and often requires us to be away from home. Those who are in the military sometimes will deploy for months at a time, sometimes longer. Regular jobs, if you live in the corporate world or you work in the corporate world or whatever, you're going to be away from home, and that's okay. That's part of life. I think sometimes we pit our work life against our home life, and we say, well, if I'm going to have a home life, I need to never be away from home, or I can go work, but that means I'm turning my back on my family. Now, I want to say a couple of things. The first thing is this: you always have a decision. You get to decide what you're going to do. People tell me I'm in the military, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, and because of that I have to be gone. I don't have a choice in the matter. You do have a choice. You get to decide if you want that job that takes you away from home. So you get to decide that, all right? But if you decide that you're going to hang on to a job or have a job that takes you away from home, the other decision you have to make is that when you are home, you're going to be home. If you, let's say, have a job that keeps you at home and you have regular hours and you're never gone and whatever, maybe that time you have at home away from work is time that affords some hobbies and some leisure time and some things just for you, because there's additional time for your family. If you have a job where you're away from home a lot, or a job where you're home but you work a lot of hours and you're just not with your family as much as you'd like to be, you get to decide to keep that job. But if you do keep that job, what you need to decide as well is that hanging on to that job, being away from home, not being with your family as often as you'd like, means that you now get to decide that the time you are at home isn't going to be used to pursue necessarily hobbies and other things for yourself. When you're home, be home. When you're home, give attention and focus to your family. I believe our families are very gracious when it comes to us working. They know we need to work, and they know we need to make money to make things happen. And if you're in the military, they know you have to do those things, and that's great. Sometimes they're very proud of it, and they should be. They give us grace. Where it breaks down is when we come home and we're there in body, but not there in any other way. We're not engaged. We say, well, this is my time now, and so I'm going to spend the time I am at home doing the stuff I want to do. I believe in relaxing. I believe in rest. I believe sometimes you just need to get away and do something. But I believe that if you're gone, you need to make time to be with your family. If you're working a lot of hours for a period of time, there needs to be some time that your family knows is coming up where you're going to engage with them. Your hobbies may need to include your family instead of being something that takes you away from your family. I know so many folks that are away from home, and then when they come home, they're engaged in these activities that keep them away from home more, even though they're not working. It's possible to work and to stay engaged with your family. It just takes work, and it takes a decision to use the time that you have to be engaged with your family. I know that seems super simple, maybe over simple. Trust me. Your family gets it. You've got to be gone sometimes. What they don't get is you deciding to be gone when you don't have to be. Make a decision. When I'm working, I'm working. When I'm doing the things I'm doing it. When I'm gone, I'm still going to stay as connected to my family as possible. But when I'm home, there's going to be time for me to engage or re-engage to maintain and build those relationships. You can do it, but you have to decide. Hope that's a help to you.